Anyway, as I was trying to say before I realised that my mic was muted that entire time, I watched this video the other day, an overview of the Pyrocynical allegations by Prison Mate Luke. I would go watch it. It's a good video. Prison Mate Luke makes some good videos, and it's essentially this kid from America. I don't think he's a kid anymore. I think he's like my age, and he says that when he was like 15, I think it's 15. I watched this like 2 days ago, but I am clued up enough on it. When he was 15, apparently he was groomed by Pyrocynical online. Apparently he used to do some artwork, I think it was for him. 12-minute long video, a lot of stuff to read through on it. But you read through the comments, and I already know this is fake. Yeah, a lot of jokes, but the general consensus is that a lot of people think this guy is not telling the truth. He's telling porkies. One comment that really stood out to me was my honest opinion so far. I think Ivory was actually sexually harassed online. Sorry. However, I don't think the predator was Pyro himself. And I just wanted to kind of like chuck this thing out there. Really, it's not much, but I guess it's just like kind of my take on things. So Pyrocynical's been one of my favorite YouTubers for something like 5 odd years now. 5, 6 odd years. Well, how old am I now? Yeah, it makes sense. And funnily enough, a lot of people know from the ages of sort of like, I don't know, 17, 18 to 21, Counter-Strike has been a big part of my life. And the reason that I started playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive was purely because Pyrocynical used to make a lot of CSGO videos, and I was like, hey man, that game looks like a lot of fun. I ought to play it, and that's how I got into playing CSGO with my friends. So as I say, yeah, he's been a massive part of he's a big reason why I started YouTubing as well. Actually, funnily enough, I met him about a year ago at a Razer store, and let me see if I could drag this video up. Not video, sorry, this picture up. It's a pretty badly edited photo, but there's me with a really broken smile meeting Pyrocynical about a year ago, and I had a really lengthy conversation with him actually, and I spoke to him about a lot of things that make a YouTuber, because this was just before I started making content on YouTube, before I kind of switched to Twitch streaming a bit more often, and I had a really lengthy conversation with him about content creation. He took my name and everything. He had a look at my Instagram. He didn't follow me, sadly, but yeah, sadly the conversation got cut short because he had to kind of like meet and talk to other fans and stuff. But as I say, yeah, I got to meet him, and he was really nice, really nice. The entire time I was talking to him, he was fantastic. And if I can dig up this video very quickly, I've got a lot of announcements to get through, but I even asked if he could just quickly give a shout out. This was just before he was doing the quote unquote like meet and greet. This was when I just happened to catch him in the middle of the Razer store.
Right, do it again. Shout out to your boy 64 and no cap CSGO.
And he gets my name wrong. Yeah, he calls me Jaboy 64 instead of Jabari 64, and but you got the no cap CSGO bit right. And the bit that I love about this video is that we shot it like 4 or 5 times before he got it right. And every single time I wanted to turn to him and be like, hey man, it's fine. Like, I've got like a video and a selfie with you. It's fine. Like, forget about it. But he wanted to constantly reshoot it. Like, to me, Pyrocynical was a very nice person. He was very generous. He was very kind. And he would have sat there and spoken to me probably for like the rest of the day if he could have, if he hadn't got cut short and stuff. But yeah, he was fantastic. And as I say, after the conversation I had with him, he's an integral part of the content creation that I do and all that type of stuff. He really has been a massive influence to me as a content creator. But so to hear all this stuff about these allegations, it's pretty horrid, to be honest. And it's not the first time that it's been chucked out, yeah. But it is pretty horrid, and it's a red flag that it's happened multiple times, but it's not. It doesn't mean that he did do it, and I don't know whether it's true or false, but I do kind of believe in an innocent until proven guilty sort of standard, because that is the standard in the judicial system a lot of the time. And that's how it should be. There's no 100% concrete evidence to say that Pyrocynical did do this, so I don't. I keep my eye on it, but I'm not going to sit there and say that he did do it. Um, Guy's been lambasted over the years for stuff like this, and a lot of people suspect that he's a furry. Hey man, if he's a fucking furry, he's a furry. It's whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what the guy wants to do. That's what the guy wants to do. It's pretty horrid. But the one thing that does really irritate me is my honest opinion so far. I think Ivory was actually sexually harassed online. However, I don't think the predator was Pyrocynical himself. And it really does a disservice to people that have actually been sexually harassed and groomed online. Like I've had a lot of people try and when I was younger, I had quite a few people try and groom me online, and it didn't really hit me the severity of it until I was a lot older, and yeah, because I definitely hung around the wrong people when I was too young, especially on the internet. But that doesn't it does a disservice to people that have actually been sexually harassed, because then that's just not the way to do it. And for me, if I was this 14-year-old kid and I realized that I was being groomed and I saw this happen, then I would probably start to think, hey man, other people are accusing other people of sexual misconduct online. Maybe that's the right way to do things. Like to an impressionable audience. So yeah, you'll change those people. I just read the rest of that, and it says, so I feel like Ivory was harassed by some creepy predator who was pretending to be Pyro. Be pretty difficult to fake being Pyrocynical, I guess. But I don't know, maybe anything's plausible. I don't know how these things turned out. I pray to God that Pyrocynical wasn't, uh, grooming a kid online. And I truly believe that he wouldn't have, because as I say, he is one of the nicest people, especially one of the nicest content creators I've ever met. And again, to hear that about someone that you kind of idolize, a bit rough. Someone that I've kind of like held as a close part of me since I was like 16 years old. It's rough to hear things like that. But the whole time I ever spoke to him, hey man, I gave this guy all my social media, and he didn't like chase me up, DM me all the time, trying to sexually harass me. So I can't even sit there and say that he did. He showed some sign that he would want to. Um, Reasons why the allegations are fake. The Discord account isn't even a real deleted account, which is a good part. I'll try and dig up the timestamp in this video. Pyro uses British spelling and slang, but none of the conversations include British spelling or slang. No correlation directly to Pyro, which I've noted that already. That is a big part of it. Ivory stutters a lot when talking, indicating uncertainty. It's a It's the thing is that I stammer a lot, especially when I'm kind of like forced to talk about a topic single-handedly. When I stream, I tend to feed off the energy of people in another VC, or sorry, in the VC that I'm with. Um, so I stammer a lot when I talk, especially as I say when it's just me talking. So that point, I don't necessarily see that as damning evidence, but the rest of it definitely stands out. I did see a lot of people saying that, you know, Pyro uses British slang and British spelling, but none of the conversations include that. I think that's a really big part of it, to be fair. There it is, yeah. It's American English, but Pyro is British. So, I do believe that Pyrocynical didn't, groom a kid online. But there's no 100% concrete evidence, and for me, I just have to go with the guilt, innocent until proven guilty mentality here. Anyway, let's see if I can. Yeah, there's part of that conversation. Actually, that might be his.
And how this person isn't innocent either for going along with the
That's
role
that's
play.
his girlfriend. Never mind. Trying to find the Discord conversation. It's a long video. It's a very long video. Is that it?
Important stuff in it. They also show that the account was also on Pyrocynical's Discord.
Showing that an account is on Pyrocynical's Discord doesn't really prove much, because I don't know. I could probably dig up Pyrocynical's Discord in like 2 seconds. I know for sure that I'm not in it, but if I go into any of my Discords, look, I'm in all these servers. No, there's nothing stopping me from going into 2Mad's server. Okay, maybe there is actually. I was gonna say changing my nickname, but nothing's stopping me from, I don't know, going into. Okay, never mind. Changing my name to 2Mad and going into 2Mad's Discord server. There's nothing stopping me from doing that.
So at the very least, it was someone from that server. And what's weird is the biggest and most damning piece of evidence to come out against Pyro was from his own girlfriend Ida, someone he's been dating for around a year, and she decided to message this person for some reason. And I don't know why she did it, because she just made everything worse for them. And what makes it so bad is because her messages do imply
I don't know, with the whole girlfriend thing, it's like people do get involved in those situations. People do make those situations 10 times worse. But I've had some false allegations made about me before. I've had friends that have had the exact same thing, and I've found that a lot of the people that get involved in it are the ones that make it worse. For example, it was my ex-girlfriend said some pretty horrid things about me, but it was one of my friends that made it worse because he was talking to her, and so he spread it onto other people. There was nothing I could do about it, and at that point, there's nothing that she could do about it. It was the two people that had the third hand information or second or third hand information about it. They're kind of, it's like a Chinese whispers type thing, isn't it? But the same with my friends. When I was in sixth form, I had friends that had some false allegations against them, but it was the shit stirrers that got involved. I'm not saying Pyrocynical's girlfriend is a shit stirrer, but third parties involved in situations like this can make situations worse. That's just how those things are. I'm not saying that. Well, I was going to say I'm not saying that she did anything wrong,
that Pyro knew.
but judging by what's kind of said in this video, I don't know 100% of what she said, because she could be right, she could not be right. But judging by what was said in this video, it sounds like she wasn't necessarily helping.
On his Trit longer, he addresses the problems people had when he came out. Ivory said that Pyro did know their age, but they didn't have proof to show that. But his girlfriend later on confirmed that he somewhat did, but I'll get into that in a bit. They didn't go to the. How one of this girl's friends who.
That's a good point actually. He was just about to say that Ivory didn't go to the police because he's American and Pyro's British. Have you ever heard of Interpol? They're the people that make the connects between, the police of different countries. It's we do a lot of victim blaming a lot of the time for stuff like this, but he didn't help himself. Like, if it happened, that's rough that you felt like you couldn't go to the police and stuff. But the reasoning for it being that you're in two different countries doesn't make sense, because Interpol does exist. The International Criminal Police Organization. And I've just seen United States on there. I'm gonna check this. Uganda, Ukraine, United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, United States. How we work. That's a lot of information. I can't go through all of that, but I stand by it. Interpol could have really helped you out on that. I'm not saying go to Interpol, I'm saying go to the police. And I'll say that for anyone that's been a victim of anything. Go to the police about it. If you feel like you're weak and, for some reason you can't go to the police, ignore that. Go to the police. If it doesn't work out and if it turns into a cold case, I can't really say what to do from that point on, but at least you tried. Go to the police in situations like this. If you get mugged, go to the police. If you get shot, go to the police. Go to the police.
Who made fan art for Pyro, got asked by Pyro to make fat fetish art for him. But the problem with retweeting that is that didn't have proof either. The TikTok didn't show any screenshots of DMs or.
I'm gonna sneeze. I'm fine. But that's one of the things that annoys me, is when you make a TikTok about stuff like that, because it becomes a defamation case at that point. If you make a TikTok to out your perpetrator for anything, your attacker, your whatever, there's certain words I cannot say on Twitch or YouTube. If you're gonna out somebody for something, don't make a TikTok about it. Go to the police. Go to the police, because if you do a TikTok about it and there's not 100% of the evidence out there and stuff like that, you're just gonna get a defamation defamation case on your ass. This is how those things work. And believe me, I've dealt with like defamation stuff before from stuff like that. That's how you get a defamation case. Because if you just, at the end of the day, if you're chatting shit about somebody and not going the right way about it, you're not going to help yourself, you're not going to help the situation.
Person was underage at the time, with a lot of NSFW images being posted. Again, check it out if you want to see it for yourself. But not only was there no definitive proof that this was Pyro, it doesn't show anywhere that Ivory said he was underage. You can't claim underage grooming if you don't show that he did know you were underage, or at the very least solid evidence that they should have known.
I'm not going to sit here and watch the entire video, but an overview of the Pyrocynical allegations, whoops, by prison mate Luke. Only 120, only, can't talk now. Only 121,000 subscribers, underrated YouTuber. Go sub, go like the video. Just go watch the video and, you know, draw to your own conclusions. Don't listen to just 100% of what I'm saying, because I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is a poorly constructed. This is going to be a YouTube VOD, and this is poorly constructed. But I just wanted to get my view out there, and I didn't make a script for any of this because I wanted it to be like honest words. I wanted you to know how it felt coming from me, and I wanted to be able to give my honest take that wasn't scripted and wasn't fabricated. But go and watch that video.